Welcome to Timoteo TV, Super Bowl, Urban Bowl, and All-Star Draft Edition. Last Saturday, man, it was amazing. I mean, we had two great games.
Great games.
I mean, I love the way the Vikings took the lead on the Cowboys 25-0, and then to see the Cowboys come back and overcome that obstacle of Moses, the Viking-driven Moses. What do you guys think about that game?
Yeah, that was it was. I don't know if it was one good game or two bad games, because it was just like one-sided 25-0 Vikings, and then next thing you know, you turned around and it was 27-0 Cowboys. It was like one team played good and the other team would lay down, and vice versa. So it was very interesting to me. But when it came down to it, I think the real issue was Newt. I think the way Newt stepped up as a Hall of Famer. If you see his leadership on the highlights and stuff this week, he's the one that turned that team around and brought them back in that game. Everybody else was out of it after 25 points, but except Newt, and he brought him back.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Newt. With Chris. Newt just never stopped fighting. You know, the whole way he just found a way to bring his team back in and play as a unit.
Almost fighting.
Yeah, a little bit of that too. You know, and the kids, they just have great chemistry. You know, they've been playing with each other for years now. But I got to give it up to the Vikings. Excuse me, I'm talking. They played a heck of a game, and, you know, Moses played well. Probably, and then I don't know what happened in the second half, but they played really well. The Vikings played really well. It was probably one of our toughest games to come back from this year. But I'm happy that my guys stuck around and didn't break down as a unit, and they were able to pull it out at the end.
There's only one person you can blame that on, and that's Hector. You can't go for 25-point lead and blow the game. I mean, where was he in the second half?
I agree.
He was looking at Rob, looking at me, he's like, what do I do? They're playing man, oh my God. You know, you got to prepare your team for situations like that. I mean, I think it's something that him and his quarterback learn from, and I think they come back next year strong. But they definitely choked in that second half. They had the game at hand.
And what's interesting is last week was the first time we mentioned him as a possible candidate for head coach of the year, and then he choked under the pressure. Wow. So I don't know. I mean, that's interesting.
I mean, he looked at the end of that game. He looked like the real Minnesota Vikings old coach Bud Grant. I mean, he looked horrible. He grew gray hair and everything. I was like, heck, are you all right? You know, we had to give him water. We had to give him Powerade. You know, we had to revitalize him.
It really was embarrassing. Timoteo, embarrassing moment.
I think Heck is allergic. He's allergic to the Urban Bowl. I mean, he's never won it as a player, never won it as a coach. I mean, he just doesn't want it, I guess.
It's a shame.
He's scared. He's scared of it, man. He's scared of it. And he finally got to the Eagles.
Yeah, he did.
25.
That was his Urban Bowl.
Yeah, I guess that was. That first half was that. Hey, we're up 25-0.
We won last.
We won.
Yeah, it really cracks me up, though. He gave a good effort.
And speaking of cracks, hey, we had the 49ers and the Raiders. Wow, that was a heck of a game. That was a great game. Back and forth, quarterbacks going back and forth. I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah. Again, the turning point of that game, Lou, another Hall of Famer. I mean, if you look at him, it was back and forth, back and forth. They're playing strong. Lou gets that pick, and they are able to ice the game.
You don't think that long run by Josh down the sideline?
That was part of it, but I think it was a turning point. That was clutch. If they did not get that interception, the game's over. 49ers win, they're in the Urban Bowl. Lou turns it around. I think Lou, again, is showing that kind of leadership that's needed, a Hall of Fame kind of leadership to send them to the Urban Bowl, and that was the difference.
Well, guys, let's get started with those predictions for that Urban Bowl with the Cowboys playing the Raiders.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good game. I mean, over the last 4 seasons, Redskins, a.k.a. Cowboys, have won twice, and then the Raiders have won twice. And so the winner of this one will actually have 3 Urban Bowls. And so we're talking dynasty-type levels here, and don't touch me under that table. And basically, what I think the key matchup that you need to see, I mean, they got good quarterbacks all around. They're good defense, good offenses, all that stuff. But I think the real matchup that I'm interested in is Lou versus Newt. I've seen over the last 4 years, both of these guys single-handedly win the Urban Bowl for them. Last year, I thought Lou's turned it around for them. They won it. A couple years ago, Newt, I remember he had a concussion. Like, he got knocked out, looked like he was out of the game. And he came back in and won the game for me. These two, I'm excited to see how they're going to match up against each other. I think it's going to be a battle all around. I'll tell you one thing: the Cowboys, if they get behind 25-0 to the Raiders, they will not come back because the Raiders will not just come back. Let them, they got, I guess, better coaching or something like that. I don't know, but with Lou and New, I think that's going to be the key matchup. Josh and Cedric, I think, also going to be key matchups. But I think when it comes down to it, I think Raiders are going to pull this one out 32-31.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be a great one.
It's going to be a great game. Like Chris was saying, Lou from the Raiders has been playing really well in the playoffs, and Newt from the Cowboys has been playing really well in the playoffs. And they're just two Hall of Famers, and they will be going at it at this game. And it's going to be a great game between the both of them. It's going to be a great game between the Raiders and the Cowboys. But I got the Cowboys pulling this one out 35-30 in a close one. And I think my boys are able to close games out. We've been doing it all years long. And I plan on not getting behind 25-0 because if we get behind 25-0, it's a different story against the Raiders. Their coaching staff is better, and it will be tough to get back. But we don't plan on starting off like that at all.
You're talking real fast, bro. So what are you gonna do? How you gonna shut down the Raiders, man?
That's the stuff we don't talk about on camera. That's the stuff we show on Saturday.
I like that.
Very impressive.
That's probably why you ain't make it that far if you won't be talking too much on camera about what you're gonna do.
I got the Raiders. I'll pick the Raiders winning 45. I just changed my pick. But in this game, man, I mean, you got two potential dynasties in the making. I mean, me and Chris were talking earlier. The Raiders have won 2 in the last 5 years, and the Cowboys have won 2 in the last 3 years. So if the Cowboys win this one, they join the Eagles, winning 3 out of 4 Urban Bowls, and definitely putting their franchise in as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, because they beat the Eagles twice in Urban Bowls, franchise of all time in Timoteo. The Raiders also have a chance to staple themselves by winning 2 in a row with Josh at quarterback. I mean, Josh has won, but, who wants to go out, a loser on their last year, so they're going to come real hard to win. I mean, both of the quarterbacks in this game are phenomenal. I mean, you got Josh that continues to make plays, gets a little frustrated at times, but he uses emotion, I believe, to filter in just some hidden strengths that he has and makes an ability to make big plays like running down the sideline to get his team to lead. Like, he will do anything to win the game. Cedric, on the other hand, is a laid-back quarterback. He's very confident in his arm. And it looks like he's becoming more confident in his receivers because they're actually starting to catch the ball more. He's pulling the trigger a little bit earlier in his throws. And I mean, if they're hitting it like that, I mean, it's going to be almost impossible to stop. I see this being a very high-scoring game. I think 32-31 is the low score. I think this game will be in the 40s, maybe the highest scoring Urban Bowl of all time. Defensively is going to be where this team makes the difference. I mean, if whoever gets turnovers will win this game. And the Raiders have great defensive players, and and Lou and Ricky, who's a defensive specialist, and Jeff, who's underrated, and Jock and Chris, who's their rusher. But then again on the Eagle, I mean on the Cowboys, they are. I mean, any interception they get, they can take it to the house. They have too much speed out there. Now, coaching, you got Leo, who's a veteran of the league, and Rob, who's also a veteran. Rob might try some new different things this week. I just hope he's not getting advice from Hector.
Leo's a veteran as a player, but he's a rookie coach.
He has a little experience as a coach. I mean,
rookie head coach. Rookie head coach.
Yeah, you're right.
Rookie head coach.
But no one knows the league better than than these two guys here. And these would be the two teams, I guess, that some of us predicted early on in the season. I think I picked the Raiders and the Cowboys in the Urban Bowl.
Yeah, I made a big mistake. I picked the Cowboys and the Panthers. But I want to say this.
Well, couldn't we get my score?
I thought you did.
I don't think I did.
He said in the 40s.
That's in the 40s. So I think this game will be 45-44 Raiders.
Wow. Well, I like what you guys picked. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction this week, and I'm taking the Cowboys over the Raiders and a lower score, 27-20. I think, and it's not going to be 3 offensive touchdowns for the Raiders. I think it's going to be a pick 6 and 2 offensive touchdowns for Josh. I think the Cowboys are going to play up to the defense, that the potential the defense has, as long as they don't allow the refs to get in their heads like they did in this game against the Vikings. And Leo actually did a great job with regrouping, getting his team back in order. I mean, you guys want to give Newt and Quentin the credit, but I think it was Leo and Mikey who actually at halftime, regrouped their team and told them, hey, we can come back, we can beat them. And they did a lot of stops with Moses. I mean, they put some pressure on Moses, and it showed Moses' inexperience in the second half of the game. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys, 27-20.
There's going to be a game about adjustments. I mean, whoever comes out first, I mean, like the Cowboys did last week, they adjusted in the second half
Right.
When they would have come back. So
It's gonna be good.
Right.
It's gonna be a great
Right.
game, and then I think the title will be the Battle of the Champs.
Right.
Yeah,
You
and
know, they've been, like Chris said earlier, the Cowboys franchise and the Raiders franchise are the only two teams that have been winning the Super Bowl in the past 4 years. And then entering this season, either team is going to win it. So it'll be in the past 5 years that the Cowboys and the Raiders have been winning these urban bowls.
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I believe that's what I said.
So I mean,
That's good.
if you guys are finished, we
We're good.
can go on to the second half of
Christ.
Timoteo TV. But you don't need to talk no more. You've been talking all year long about the Packers and all this other stuff here. He needs to rebuild.
You're not supposed to
You got
be
any-
making
you got-
picks.
you
You're
got-
supposed to be
you got
feeding
any
us over here.
players, any players that are coming from the summer camp, Buddy's going to be looking at.
That's
you.
right. 27-28.
He's-
That's why we don't let Eric
he-
pick.
I said 27-20.
Whatever you said, that's a low-scoring game. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
27-20.
All right?
So stay tuned to the second half of
draft.
Timoteo TV for the draft edition. We're going to have two great coaches picking. Well, let me say one great coach and one wannabe coach.
And that's the only
Picking
game
teams.
that Buddy actually wins. That's the only. That's
I'm
like his
undefeated.
urban bowl.
I'm undefeated in the All-Star game.
How many All-Star games have you coached?
Of course, a
Every
lot.
single one.
Of course, a lot.
and you picked your team, right?
No, I
and
never
gave
picked my
everybody else
team.
everything else, right?
Nah, I mean, we've just been better. I mean, me and Hector actually coached
I mean, this
together.
is the first draft that we're having, live draft.
So you
edition.
saying on
So-
camera that you're a better coach than Heck and you're gonna win again because you're gonna maintain undefeated?
Yeah, I'm definitely
Can
a
you
better
give me a
coach than him.
score
He can
of
throw
this
farther than me.
All-Star game?
Well, listen. This is the end of the Urban Bowl edition.
Yeah.
We will get into the draft. Go Raiders. Go Cowboys. And what's your sign off? What do you do? I'm Sugar Shane, or what is it?
Good job.
All right.
Good job. Good job.
Good job, man.
Hustle, man.
That's so, man.
Good season, y'all. Good season.
Hustle. All right.